This is going to be interesting. I grew up listening to Buju, man. For those that aren't aware, like the reason I'm so interested in essentially rhythmic music more than anything else is I grew up listening to dancehall. That's what I remember playing on like the speakers when I was younger. I remember listening to roots and dancehall because my dad's obsessed with it. And that was it. That was like the kind of entry for music for me was dancehall and dub reggae. So anything that's rhythmically based, anything that's exciting, anything that involves a lot of percussion, for me, that just grabs me instantaneously. So yeah, right, let's get into this one then. Tomi, Thomas, a Hurricane featuring Buju Banton. I seem to remember seeing this video, but never actually doing anything with the tune. I'm not that familiar with Tomi Thomas. I mean, I might be, and my memory might need jogging. But obviously, very familiar with Buju Banton. So, Chemo Jr., can you please give me some information on the tune that we can share with the chat? Let's get the discussion going. Let's see how everyone is feeling about this one.
Once more, this is Buju Banton.
Yeah.
Alongside the blood. You don't know you. Yeah. Look. Take your fatigue, ounce by ounce.
Drop by drop, you feel the ocean and flow once again. You've caused commotion in the homes of men. Guarded their doors, put their children to bed.
Okay, I'm already sounding excited for this one. The kind of intensity that we're hearing building up within the drums already, it's got me, man. Again, that sort of just slow... It's just slowly building in intensity. It's adding to the kind of potential energy that's building up. Really, really cool. Again, Buju kind of dancing all over the intro. The video for this looks absolutely crazy as well. Very, very cool stuff. Sorry, I've literally just noticed that I haven't put the people in the title who we are reacting to today. It always seems to get more people in the second I change who's in the title. So, right. Just put some of these in. Cool, right. Sorry about that. Right, let's crack on.
You stay off the mess. Everybody knows you're a case, don't pretend. Sniping all the walls, dug a hole, built a trench. Banks shall overflow, watch them spill, pay the mess. Beg for forgiveness at best. Like a hurricane again.
I vaguely recognise this. Sick.
She got me like a hurricane again, drop by drop. You feel the ocean and flow once again. You've caused commotion in the homes of men.
Gotta say, I really like Tomi's voice. Really, really cool texture to his vocal tone. And the way he's kind of not sounding like he's straining, but still hitting the notation that works with the tune is sounding really, really cool as well. Instrumental's nice, really loving the kind of stuttered drums, very stripped back, even though it still has like a high level of energy. It's pretty much built around just percussion and guitars. Bassline isn't too intrusive either. It's there. It's kind of bubbling away in the background more than anything else. But yeah, very cool sounding tune so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what Buju does with the instrumental as well. Out to Chemo, sorry, saying Tomi Thomas is a low-key reggae artist from Nigeria influenced by different cultures. Not yet mainstream exactly, but he has his connections in the industry. Very, very cool. I did not know that. It sounds sick, though. It's a wicked collaboration.
Guarded their doors, put their children to bed. Wives wear the auto to stay off the meds. Everybody knows you're a case, don't pretend. Sniping all our walls, dug a hole, built a trench. Banks shall overflow, watch them spill, make a mess. Begs for forgiveness at best, say like a hurricane again. She got me like a hurricane again.
Love this video. The sort of apocalyptic clouds in the background, stuff blowing all over the place. It's cool. Right, okay. No, whoa. I can't be talking when Buju comes in. I'm sorry. First time I listened to a new Buju tune in a hot minute. This sounds great so far, though. Wicked intro from Tomi Thomas. The hook's very catchy. That's a really, really cool. That sort of ascending and descending. It's almost like looking at a hill of notation. Sounds really cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how Buju comes in on this. I saw him walking in looking swaggy as ever. I've got a funny feeling I'm really going to love this. Let's go.
Coming like a hurricane again.
Your beauty, you're such a cutie. I'll feel parade that on your bite and duty. Crazy man surround your girl, why not do your thing? Turn your waistline and make them head top spin. Well, match you fi mash it up and put it on another level. Can't hold them and tight, can them in trouble when you roll your waistline.
Even years on, Years on from the original Buju Banton. That voice, I swear it down, man. That voice just instantaneously hypes you up. Whatever sort of tune it's over. You could hear him do a Lovers Rock tune and you're throwing up lighters in a dance. It's crazy. That vocal, bro, still to the... I don't know how. He has the kind of... there's a texture to his voice which is just untouchable. I don't think there are many people in the world that have that same kind of texture. I remember when he did the tune with... not Bound to Kill It. I think it was Capleton and Khaled. They did that tune together that has the Barrington Levy sample. I can't remember the name of the tune, but you hear his hook on that. Does it every single time. Crazy.
Emotions that peak, you know they cannot hide. Before you seek better, channel your pride. She scratched the surface, I'm deep in her mind. I taste her lips and now I feel alive. Can I pull you closer? Let's dance through the night.
Love that melody.
Your lips with a potion that I can't deny. Reveal deep emotions, you've opened my eyes.
I wish I could sing it.
What a surprise.
I'd be a much better reviewer if I could sing. Ah! Come on! Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Crazy. The back and forth on this is crazy. This is what I love. I love hearing dancehall tunes when they do start to do these back and forths. They start to do the... They start to do it, essentially rallying over the top of tunes. If you ever listen to any UK grime, there's a massive sort of era of UK grime, which is pretty much all based around rally tracks. And this is like it's sort of sat when they start going sort of 8 for 8. That for me is when I'm sort of getting invested in it a lot more. This sounds fantastic. Guys, let me know in the chat on the right-hand side how we're feeling about this one. Are we fans? Are we not fans? How are we feeling about the arrangement, the setup? How do we feel about Buju's vocal especially? Tomi Thomas sounds great as well. That little vocal melody in the middle of that. Really, really cool.
Things I me never know, she make me realize. And when me act like she know they on me side, she give me good loving and give me good ride. Me say nothing could measure and nothing can hide. Boom boom shots reveal your backside. When me see you walk round and me can hide me pride. Come here, baby, give me nothing but sweet loving. You think I hurt you, make you feel
there
like
you're in
heaven.
We will finish up with this one here. The sounds of Tomi Thomas alongside Buju Banton, Hurricane. David Andre Hyatt with this tune gets an 11 out of 10. Buju was fire. The interchange was smooth like silk, and I'm loving it. Big up David Andre Hyatt. You know what? It's my favourite thing I've heard from Buju in a minute. I can't lie. I try to stay up to date with the amount of music that Buju releases. He hasn't been putting too much out there unless I'm just completely spacing it and missing it. But I'm seeing the likes of like Luton Fire and people like and Anthony B and people from like a similar kind of era. So yeah, and they're releasing a lot more, and Buju isn't. So I don't really know why. But I'd love to see him release a bit more music. Como saying not my recommendation, so 7 out of 10. Perfectly fair. Can understand that. Right, next one on the list then we're going to get into Sollywood Beats. We're heading over to listen to some Harmonise. Always good. Always enjoy jumping into a bit of Harmonise, I've got to say. But guys, let me know how we're feeling about this one before we do anything else. I want to hear your opinions. I want to hear your thoughts. Get yourselves into the chat on the right-hand side. Dominic Andrews, 8 out of 10. Love listening to Buju, but not a big reggae person. That makes sense. That's cool. There are definitely people that in certain genres have that sort of standout factor, though, aren't there? Like, there's like I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a big jazz listener, but I could listen to a Frank Sinatra tune any day of the week. You know, like I wouldn't necessarily say like I'm just trying to think of alternate sounds now. Everything is leaving my head, but you get what I mean. There are certain people in certain sounds that are like that's they're the people that kind of represent it to people that haven't heard it before. Plenty of people say that about Stormzy and grime. People used to say it about Skepta and grime. It's just another example of that. There are a lot of people who will enjoy Buju, but not necessarily be reggae or dancehall fans, which is perfectly fine. But there we go.